They're such beautiful animals to watch, the giraffe. And we don't get too many in the Sabi Sands. Giraffe and zebra can often be the guide's most sought after animal in this area, and they'll be possibly waiting until their final morning drive until they really start literally tracking zebra or giraffe down, which is an animal that typically you don't find yourself tracking when out here. It's usually the lion and the leopard. There's another giraffe right in front of us. I didn't even realize it was here until I just heard it feeding. I think this might be worth trying to get the close one, Brian. Should go for gold. Let's see what happens here. There's one very close to us, and if it does continue to feed, we're going to have some great close-ups of it. This one's got a very short tail relative to the other lady. And they usually are about double the length of this one, so she is a unique specimen, and it looks like she could be quite old, and I think that's why she is beginning to look a little bit worn out. Shame, she's got a huge amount of ticks on her, and it's strange because with all of the oxpeckers in the area, obviously she just doesn't tolerate them. Now, my master plan to go for gold and give you some close-ups of her feeding has not worked out as planned, because she's really getting so deep into that bush that we can't see her. I sadly also can't see the monitor, so I've got oh, is it coming back? No idea how that's going for you, but what I do know is that the other two giraffe are in a better spot. So again, we will just reposition slightly. Oh. Well, the sun is beginning to drift down behind a bank of clouds to the west, so it may get darker earlier than normal this evening, which I'm hoping will fool these lions and also get them active earlier than normal. But as I did mention earlier, there are a lot of other vehicles in the area, so it's not guaranteed that we will get back to see them, but I am going to linger around here in the hope that we will be able to. Okay, copy, thank you. Very interesting, just to reiterate how they do feed very temporarily on trees before they move to the next. Kim in San Diego, good afternoon, and Kim's just asked what kind of subspecies of giraffe this is. If I remember correctly, there are 9 different subspecies, of which you only get one here in South Africa, the southern giraffe. If that is correct, for some reason I'm faulting my memory, but I'm fairly sure it is the southern giraffe, and you get another 8, I'm fairly sure, species, a few of which I was lucky enough to see up in Kenya. The Rothschilds, the reticulated, and the... Oh, we've got some scratching coming up here. As I was saying, the Rothschilds and the reticulated are 2 of the more rare species that are unique to East Africa. Oh, and that is how you scratch your stomach if you're a giraffe. Look at that. Drive through. The reticulated giraffe is my favorite species. They really are beautiful, and they've got solid brown blocks with solid white patches around them, whereas these kind of fade in and out of one another. It's not as distinct, the contrast between brown and white. So do yourselves a favor and look up the reticulated giraffe. They're very different to these. Beautiful, look at that crossover, perfect. Oh, she's still trying to relieve that itch of hers. Robin in Toronto has just asked whether too many ticks would cause harm to the giraffe, and certainly they would. Without the oxpeckers aiding them, they would certainly lose a lot of precious blood to the ticks and ectoparasites, but typically how nature works is that it does have a balance in that any parasites or parasitic relationship would typically not kill the host, because that way it makes it an unsustainable food source. So there is a balance that nature has in order to maintain equilibrium, but certainly without oxpeckers and without their own grooming, they would certainly be negatively impacted by being covered in ticks. There are some oxpeckers dust bathing on the road up ahead next to... Oh, I just moved off. There might be one more. No. Sorry, William, could you go again with that, please? The Game Draft channel. Patrice and Georgia, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome on board. Patrice is asking whether giraffe have any predators to be concerned about, and they certainly do, a lion being their main concern, but I've even heard of large male leopards killing baby giraffe, so when they're young they'll have certainly more concerns than when they're older. It's not easy for a lion to catch a giraffe with those very long legs. They can deliver a powerful, powerful kick. So lions know that there's a risk involved. And in the Sabi Sands, I've very seldom seen lions hunting giraffe, but in certain areas it is more common. Wow, they really have relaxed with us due to the time we've spent with them. And now, she's affording us with some great views, and these are going to be the potential winners of her feeding, uncurling that long tongue of hers. There we go. She's just looking at another vehicle coming past. This is a baby knobthorn tree again, a very thorny tree, so all of the trees you see them feeding on are thorny. Well, as I was saying earlier, giraffe are sought after animals out here, as they're not very common. And there are two other vehicles that are now enjoying this with us. Oh, great angle, Brian, look at that. This is a very unique angle to be looking at a giraffe at, folks. It's seldom you see their neck horizontal like that, unless she's feeding on a small tree at perfect height with the camera. And I'm very glad the monitor decided to work temporarily there, because these are just stunning views. And sadly, like I say, she is slightly over-infested with ticks on her face, but not sure exactly why. Maybe she just has less of a tolerance for oxpeckers on that part of her body than other giraffe. Anyway, from myself, Brian, and the giraffe, we are going to say a temporary goodbye and cut back to Mark and see what he's been